What's going on, Snow?
Not much, MJ. The weekend's winding down.
Yeah, well, I just thought we would do another episode. I know we did one a couple days ago, but I wanted to get a couple things out of the way before next weekend and our very special guest.
That we're not going to say yet.
Yeah,
It's a surprise.
it's a good one though.
Oh, it is the best one ever. Sorry to all of our other awesome guests, but oh my God, I have like a super crush on this person. So that's the only reason why I'm saying this. This is specifically Snow's opinion, not MJ's opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear.
And we may have some reading material we need to get through this week.
Oh wow, we got a lot of reading material.
Yeah. Okay, so Snow. Since you see Snow on the podcast, basically, named after Snowflake, right?
Snow is short for Snowflake. Back when the right decided, I'll explain this again, because I have explained this before, but why not do it again?
We're almost 300 episodes in, and
right.
We have a new audience.
Maybe everybody needs a refresher too.
Yeah.
So, when it had came out, I think it was right after Donald Trump got elected the first time, and the right was like tormenting the left. Oh, you guys are snowflakes, and that's you guys are you just can't handle the truth, and we own the libs and all this stuff, and fuck your feelings and all that garbage.
Yeah.
When they came out with all that, and they were like, they had decided that they were going to call us snowflakes because they said that we were fragile. And and my initial reaction was, snowflake, huh? I go, aren't snowflakes like one of the most beautiful things found in nature? And no two are the same. They're like unique.
Yeah, and when you get a bunch of them together,
they can create an avalanche. Yeah. But and so I was like, how is that an insult? And then I was like, I even had this discussion with someone who got very pissed off at me. Because I was like, well, I decided to I have a snowflake tattoo on my left wrist, on the left on purpose. And I was at the bar with some friends one time, and this younger guy was hitting on me. And I had my hand out, and he's like, what's that on your wrist? And I was like, oh, it's a snowflake. And he's like, what's that supposed to mean? Because we live in the reddest part of Arizona. Obviously he was a Republican. We didn't even get into that yet. But he's like, what's that supposed to mean? And I look straight at him and I go, it means exactly what you think it means. And then he got like irritated. He still talked to me, but I go, no, I just don't understand. I go, okay, if you're going to call us snowflakes because we care about people who get bullied all the time or the underprivileged or whatever, I go, well, then fuck yes, I am a snowflake then. I mean, okay, fine, I'm a snowflake. So I kind of decided to get it tattooed on me because I was like, I kind of took the snowflake thing and ran with it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to consider it my own personal anti-bullying symbol because I'm vehemently against bullies. That I cannot stand them, and I'm like, the only way to really beat a bully is to punch back. Not physically. I'm not saying physically, but punch back with your words and stand up for yourself. Don't let them push you around. And one of the funniest things is that my mom liked it so much. That was actually her first tattoo. She's like, you know what? I'm going to get one, and I'm putting it on my left arm too. So she's actually got a bigger one than I do, and it's on her forearm.
Okay. And happy birthday, Snow's mom.
Yes, it is her birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mommy.
Yeah.
I already texted her too, but
I only know that because I saw it on social media. Because I know that you're not on social media.
I'm not on social media, so that's why I couldn't tell my mother happy birthday on social media.
That's how I knew it.
But yeah, I sent her a text, happy birthday, Mommy, and I put a little troll in there too, because in a couple of weeks we're going to be going on a vacation, and her and my aunts are going. We're going to the Northeast. And she likes this artist, Thomas Dambo. He's from Denmark. And he makes these really cool, big, huge troll sculptures out of like recycled stuff. He uses all recycled materials like reclaimed wood and whatnot, and pallets. And so we're going to go look at a bunch of those things too. Yeah, troll hunting.
Yeah. When I was a little kid growing up in Vermont, and we'd go see my grandmother, and it's all country roads, for 45, 50 miles from my little house in Milton, Vermont to my dad's. And when I was a little kid, little like 3, 4, I do remember him saying we'd be driving home at night in the winter and stuff like that. And he'd be like, oh, just watch out. We'll come up on a bridge. And the trolls lived under the bridge. And
right.
As a little kid, we were terrified. There was really trolls underneath the bridge.
Right.
Vermont. So, I mean, that's cool that there's a bunch of them up there.
We always liked trolls because they always told us the story about trolls living under the bridge, but my cousin Angie was always very creative, and she had a whole story about the Ishkabibbles. They were trolls that lived under the bridge, and they drank reindeer beer. I love you, Angie, and I miss you all the time. She passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
So
sad to hear.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, just do kind of a fun one here, given the events of this weekend. We called this. Do you remember that we had said on the last episode that we knew what the next culture war would be? We'll get to it.
Refresh my memory.
Okay. It's the big lead up to the end, so you'll get it at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So. We'll start off number 10, glassware. Some glassware is really fragile, right? You have to be really careful with glass on it. This is just a countdown. We can kind of go through these kind of quickly.
Oh, yeah. We're doing fragile things because snowflakes are technically considered fragile.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 10 things that are more fragile than snowflakes.
Oh, more fragile than a snowflake.
Yeah. Okay.
Glassware?
Glassware, yeah.
I suppose if you dropped it, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be careful with the glassware. Quail eggs. Yeah, I'm sure they're like a little petite and can't really touch them.
Whales are so cute. Have you ever seen them when they're like, they got the whole family and they'll all run across the road together? Yeah. And they got ones that are so little, it's like the size of your thumb. Like they're so cute. And they still have that little doingy thing on their head. Yeah. They're so adorable.
Looking like the Partridge Family.
Yes, they're so cute.
Butterfly wings.
Oh, those are fragile. Yeah, and the color will come off on your fingertips too.
Yeah, so you can't touch those. Spider webs, really fragile.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing
worse. And really annoying too. Yeah, you can't get them off you once you get them on you. It's very hard. You can, but you're like, get the fuck off.
Puff pastries, really fragile.
And delicious. Kind of melt in your mouth.
Get one of those French pastries. Warm.
Oh, like a croissant.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah. Now there's some human things that are fragile too, like egos. Really fragile.
Like the president is really a good example of a very fragile ego. Like that last South Park episode really nailed that one down. All the people who had to bring him gifts and tell me that his dick was huge.
Yeah.
Thanks, guy.
If that was the real Trump voice, he'd do it better than JL.
He probably can do that one good too.
Oh,
I don't. if he really tried, he probably could do a better nanny than me. I don't know.
One of his last episodes, he did a bunch of people. He did Bruce, he did Bob Dylan, a bunch of different voices. I'm like going, God, this guy would be like the new Rich Little if he could get discovered.
Right? Or remember, oh my gosh, David Letterman. Remember how he used to always do on his show, Master Impressionist? He was never really that good, but I'm like, Master Impressionist is friggin' J.O. Coven.
Yeah.
Coven. I always say his name wrong.
Cobain.
Is it Cobain?
Cobain.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was pronounced that way from spelling.
No, I think I was pronouncing it wrong the first episode that we had.
Oh, okay.
Silence is really fragile. Obviously, if you make any noise, then the silence goes away.
Yeah, I guess it. But you know what is also crazy? Sometimes silence speaks volumes.
I know, silence
Sometimes
can be loud.
you got to use silence in order to really fuck with a person, be like, no, you want to treat me like shit? I'll give you the silent treatment, motherfucker.
And that hurts their ego.
Yeah, they're like, why won't you talk to me? Why? And then they're like down this, rabbit hole.
Believe me, I'm dealing with that now.
I'm telling you, you need to tell.
Yeah.
You need to do the silent treatment on that.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye, Felicia.
Plus, we need to step our studio for next week.
Yeah, just give me my shit, please.
Emotions are really fragile. And that's true. People get hurt easily.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one coming in number 2 on the 10 things more fragile than a snowflake. Bill Maher.
Oh, wow.
Bill Maher is more fragile than a snowflake.
He is kind of lately, because it's like lately it seems to me like he's the majority of his guests. He's still had a few good ones here and there, but like it seems like the majority of them are on there for the purpose to stroke his ego on things that he thinks he's always been right about,
Right,
just like
you don't see Rick Wilson on there anymore.
No, and why not? Rick Wilson
was my favorite guy.
And it's like, excuse me, Rick Wilson is an independent, number one, so you'd have somebody on there who's not one way or another. Yeah. He had the courage to leave the Republican Party because it wasn't the party it doesn't represent Republican values. It represents Trump.
But I think Rick Wilson would push back on some of Maher's bullshit. Like there's this guy on This Week, and he was talking about how one of the agendas for the Democrats were the COVID lockdowns. The COVID lockdowns happened under Trump.
Yeah, you guys, let's step back into the way back time machine and go back to COVID-19. Now, despite what Kellyanne Conway thought, it wasn't called COVID-19 because there were 18 COVIDs before it. That's what she thought, okay? That's what she said on a news interview, all right? It was called COVID-19 because it came out in 2019. MJ, who was president in 2019?
Donald J. Trump.
That is correct. You are correct.
Now,
it was under the first Donald Trump term.
Now, I don't blame Donald Trump for COVID in any shape or form.
That's not what we're saying.
But
that's not what we're saying. But the lockdowns
happened in March 2020.
In no way happened because of the Democrats. What are you talking about?
Right. And you made a good point that there was a lot of things that probably could have been done better, but we're looking back at it in hindsight. Hindsight's always 2020.
The thing that pisses me off is these fucking idiots lately, these experts in their own mind. That's why I'll say that in quotations, but it's like, well, we shouldn't have done this during COVID, or this was done wrong, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bitch, you can say that now. When it fucking happened, nobody had a goddamn clue of what it was.
Yeah.
They had not a clue. The only thing that we did know was that people were dying the fuck off. There were fucking semi-trucks backed up to hospitals that were loading them up with dead bodies. That's what we knew. That is what we knew. That was it.
So, yeah.
We did not know how to battle it. We didn't know how to slow it the fuck down. That was what all the research, the medical research, the emergency teams that were built up. Thank you, Donald Trump. You know, that happened under your administration. Right. Thank you for that. That was what all that did. That found out more with the research. It found out more of what was going on. It fast-tracked the vaccine that came out.
Thank you, Donald.
Yeah. And I get that you're mad, Bill. I get that you're fucking pissed that you maybe you were forced to get it and you didn't want to get it. Okay. I get that. Here's the thing though, buddy. You don't ever have to get another one. You don't. If you want the updated COVID vaccines while they last, you can go get those on your own. It's purely if you want to get them. I choose to go get them. Okay. But that's me. Have I ever told anyone else that they have to go get them?
Yeah. And
no.
We started this podcast.
Don't get them.
We started this podcast during COVID, and we'd always said that when they were doing mandatory vaccinations for, say, the NFL, we thought that it shouldn't be mandatory, but at, your body, your choice, right?
Yeah, because didn't I say, fine, you want to use the whole your body, your choice? You need to get on board with that with the abortion issue too. You need to also be that way with that, because many of these folks aren't. They're like, no, pro-life. But when it comes to the vaccine, it's my body, my choice. No, it's my body, my choice for fucking everything.
Yeah. But at the same time, and who really knows, were masks effective or not? Personally, I think they were. I mean,
so do I.
In Asia, they've used them for years. But
they continue using them. Yeah. You see Asian folks all the time in the airports with them on.
But when there's a mask mandate, so let's just use Smith's grocery stores. They had a mask mandate. Okay. It's that business's right to say that they want that policy in their store. It's
don't come in our store then.
Yeah, you have the choice. Just not if you don't like it. You have the choice. Just
don't
not
go there. Don't fucking go there.
And that is when they start bringing groceries out to your car anyway. So you could. It wasn't preventing you from going to Smith's.
They could have. These people could have gone to all the underground places that stayed open. They were all proud of themselves, pretending like it was prohibition again. And they were staying open when they weren't supposed to be. You could have gone there then. Go there and eat and drink. Go do that.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to follow the rules, fine. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them in this town, and they didn't get in trouble at all. And it was known that this was going on there.
Yeah, everybody knew.
Yeah. So.
No one gave a shit. We were like, your body, your choice. I was like with the vaccine. This is going to sound really fucking selfish, but I was like, you know what? Fuck them. If they don't want to get them, cool. It bumps me up closer in the line.
Yeah.
Good.
We were alerted.
Because I want them.
Our friend Jason Marino has been on this show a couple times. We were alerted by him that the school district had too much of it.
And the National Guard was there to administer the doses.
We were right there that first day. Like, yep. And that was our choice.
I turned my car around immediately. That was back before 2021 when I was still on Facebook. And so I got the notification and I'm like, let me head off to the fucking school district.
See, social media does have some redeeming qualities there, Snow.
See?
A lot of bad ones, but that was a good one.
Right? But that was during COVID. And I did go get the vaccine.
Yeah. And it was our choice to do that because we tended to believe science. Was it risky? Sure. They fast tracked it. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But
and honestly, like personal right now, like I had a health issue going on at the time. I had a very low white blood cell count at the time. So I was like, how many uh, excuse me, all you experts out there. Do you know how many white blood cells it takes to fight COVID? Because maybe you're right and I'm wrong. Maybe I'm good. Maybe, maybe I have enough.
yeah.
God, I wasn't wanting to risk it. Okay.
And personally, now it's been 5 years, and we've been okay from the jab, as they say.
We're not dead yet. We're still here.
Yeah. But back to Bill Maher, he claims that he hasn't changed. That's what he claims. But to me, it seems like he's going more right. I don't think I've gone left.
I know this. He has changed it. This is my opinion. I think it might be your opinion too, but he's not as funny as he used to be. I mean, he's doing the whole like grandpa jokes now, as far as I'm concerned. He does have funny ones here and there. I did appreciate his last show, the first one that opened up, the one about the hurricane, but it seemed to fade off. And he goes, even the hurricanes don't want to come to America. I was dying laughing at that. I'm like, that is fucking funny. It's true. It's true too. Look at our tourism numbers.
Well, I think part of the reason, and I'm not sure for sure, so don't quote me on this or sue me, that when the Hollywood writers' strike was going on, he wanted to go back to work, and he kind of forced his staff to go back to work when they wanted to stay on the picket line.
So he forced them to be scabs?
He might have lost. It would explain why he's not as funny, right, over the last couple of years, if he had to get new writers.
Maybe he doesn't have like the quality ones because they're like, fuck you, I'm not going to be a scab.
I mean, I'm not sure. I would have to go back and look at old episodes.
It's like a conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could go back and look at the credits and see who the writers are then and see who the writers are now.
Oh, yeah. Whoever's writing them now are like dad joke writers or something, they're like, I mean, yeah, they're jokes. Yeah, you can tell they're jokes and they're somewhat funny, but they don't really bring it. Not like he used to. Yeah. He used to really bring it. I mean, in my opinion, I always thought he used to really bring it.
Like, has he had anyone on that is more pro-Palestine? I mean, he's had people but for the most part, he brings people on that condemn the Palestinians.
Yeah, and I think it's to stroke his own, like we were saying, for egos are fragile. I think he does it for that purpose, maybe when he chooses his guests, because he doesn't. I know a lot of like the prominent progressive folks, people who consider themselves progressive, and the progressive people, it's not like they're necessarily they're pro Palestine. They are not pro Hamas. Let's get it straight. Let's not get it twisted.
It's the same thing that we say.
Okay, yes. Well, I consider myself a progressive. The only reason I like to use the L word, liberal, is to piss off the other side. That is my weakness. I will admit that. I like to use the word liberal to my MAGA friends, self-proclaimed liberal over here, because I know that makes them that sets them off even more than the P word of progressive. But yeah, and progressives also are in no way, shape, or form anti-Israel. They're anti what Bibi Netanyahu is doing. They're not anti-Israeli people. They're not anti-Semitic. They're not any of that. Most progressives do not want to see innocent people being murdered on either side.
Yeah, October 7th was horrible.
No one is condoning October 7th. Everyone is against October 7th in the progressive community. But they also aren't for the killing and the starving of innocent Palestinian people either. Like, and I'm going to get all worked up here again because I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep driving this point home. And Bill Maher should know better. How could the leader of the Israeli people, who his ancestors suffered in the Holocaust, how could you turn around and starve people, which is exactly what happened to Jewish people during the Holocaust? How could you fucking do that? How? I don't understand this. And it pisses me off. And it's going to make me sound like this when I talk about it every fucking time. Because it doesn't fucking make sense. And it's wrong. It's wrong.
Well, history's always doomed to repeat itself.
And it's disgusting, though. We should know better.
Okay. So, we'll get on to number one. And the thing I mentioned on the last cast with the next culture war, I made the joke because Brent Terhune did that video, that Cracker Barrel would be the next culture war.
And it is.
Now, just from the outside looking in,
losing their ever-loving fucking minds over it.
A barrel of crackers is pretty fragile to begin with, right?
Crackers in themselves, that you eat?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to open a saltine packet and have them stay like cracker? They never do. There's at least a few broken ones. They flake off.
Well, anyway, Cracker Barrel changed their logo. So they took out the old man in the barrel. Personally, if people weren't losing their fucking minds over this, I probably would have barely noticed because I don't really go in Cracker Barrel.
I would have never noticed because all they did was take out the barrel and the cracker.
Yeah.
They did and they didn't, though, because they actually left the words cracker and barrel. It's the same color, though. It's the same exact logo. All they did was remove the man and the barrel from it. That is it.
But the real reason that they did it wasn't some kind of fucking woke agenda and eradicate the white man from the sign.
I didn't think that that was it either.
He was actually a yellow man, to be truthful.
Or orange.
Orange.
Oh, maybe they didn't want it associated with Donald Trump.
Maybe they didn't want the orange man removed from the... Okay.
That's why they're mad, because the orange man got removed.
No, but the new CEO who's being labeled this woke monster she announced a while ago that they were going to be updating the stores and they were going to be taking out the little gift shop portion of it and redesigning it. Now, I wasn't for that idea because I've only been in Cracker Barrel maybe 3 times in my life. I think the food's moderate at best.
Dude, don't say anything bad about the hash brown casserole. You cannot fuck with the hash brown casserole. That is just shit.
I've never had
I actually like their food. I like their gift shop. I think it's cute. I bought stuff in their gift shop
the gift
before.
Shop's cute.
I like how they have all the old signs and stuff as decorations. I'm not going to lose my mind over it because you know what I know? You know what I know? Restaurants, all of them, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Dairy Queen, Wendy's, all of them throughout the years update their restaurants and their logos. They all do it. If you are a person that owns one of the franchises, you can actually, it's in the contract that you can lose your license to have the franchise if you don't agree to update to the new logos.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it's just
They
branding.
do it to rebrand themselves. What is the big fucking deal?
Yeah.
Do you think the Taco Bells still look the same? Because they don't.
No. I would love to have like the 1950s 50 style McDonald's around. I think that'd be awesome. But it's not. It's very if you go in there now, it's very modern.
I
It's
think there's only
almost
one
bougie.
McDonald's and I think it's the first McDonald's. I think they do keep left to the retro look.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, because I did watch the documentary on
Yeah.
McDonald's long time ago.
Yeah. And the one in Sedona gets a pass because they have the blue colors in it instead of the yellow. Like they have the blue arch.
Oh, okay. But they probably have an agreement for why they're allowed to do that.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
it's because it's Sedona.
yeah. Well, Sedona, I don't understand the blue colors though. They're known for their red rocks.
I don't know.
Like, so I don't get that. But also, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck either. I don't give a fuck that Cracker Barrel has a new logo. I'll go eat their breakfast there. I've gone there a couple times for dinner. My dad really likes Cracker Barrel. So anytime he comes here, that's usually one of the places we go and eat, whether it be breakfast or dinner.
Will he lose his mind?
No, I would be willing. I haven't talked to him about it, but I would be willing to bet that he literally does not give a fuck about the new logo change.
Well, and this isn't the first time Cracker Barrel has been accused of being woke. Remember a couple years ago, or maybe it was even longer than that. I forget because it's all just bullshit and it comes and goes. That they decided they wanted to have more options on their menu, and they came out with a vegan sausage, and people lost their minds.
It's like, maybe they wanted to do that because maybe, just maybe, there are families that come to eat at Cracker Barrel and they might have, I don't know, maybe like one vegan in their family, and they wanted to have options for, maybe that one person so that they could actually eat and not just watch their family eat.
Yeah. What if you had like,
what is the big fucking deal?
What if you have like Lyme disease and you get that thing where you can't eat meat at all?
Oh, but again, it's even simpler than that. If you don't like the vegan sausage, don't fucking order it.
Yeah, simple.
Order the regular sausage. You're not going to hurt anyone. I don't know why it hurts your feelings, because you're not going to hurt anybody else's feelings by not eating the vegan sausage. I can promise you that. So I don't understand that. I had this argument with a friend of mine too, similar. It was like, we were talking about all-inclusive places in Mexico, right? And I was like, I prefer to go to the adults only one because it's not necessarily that I can't stand the splashing kids at the pool. I hate their parents even more because their parents will be getting shit-faced and won't tell their kids to calm the fuck down and quit splashing and making a bunch of noise. So I prefer to stay at the all-inclusive. My friend, though, took it up a notch and he's like, yeah, but those are like the swinger resorts. And I'm like, first off, not all of them are. Some of them are just people who don't want to be around children on their cool vacation. They would like a vacation away from annoying children. That's really all. I go, but even if you went to one where it was kind of like whatever goes, right? You don't have to participate. You can say no. They're not going to come and barge in your room and drag you out. I'm like, what is the deal with people? I mean, I don't get it. I have never been to an all-inclusive resort where people are just walking around with dicks hanging out. They still have rules and laws there. The adults only place that I went to and enjoyed very much. It was very romantic. It was really nice. I went there with an ex-boyfriend of mine, but we were current at the time. We had a great time, but it's like, it wasn't one of the swinger ones. In fact, they had signs up everywhere. It was like, this is not a topless resort. Like, you cannot, I mean, and honestly, if it would have been a topless resort, I would have been okay with that too. It's not going to bother me. I could have still kept my top on and been around other people who did not have theirs on. You don't have to participate. Like, you don't have to eat the vegan sausage. You can stick with the regular shit. You don't have to.
And you don't have to go to Cracker Barrel at all. Now,
well, it's the same thing too, because there are people who realize that they are transgender or whatnot. You don't have to become transgender just because in your mind, you believe it's some sort of a trend. I don't believe that. I believe that people are born a certain way, but if that's where your mind is going, that it's like trendy or whatever, you still would never have to participate. But you don't have to fucking question someone else's existence over it because you don't like it.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to a few years ago when all the corporations were jumping on the Pride thing. Cracker Barrel had some of the rocking chairs painted like a rainbow, and they lost their mind over that. But the point being, I had a friend post 6 different posts yesterday. 6 different posts anti-Cracker Barrel. Bet he'll still go. Because these people, and that's why they're fragile, they'll cry, but they will still go.
You know what I would like to say to your friend, if they're listening?
No, they won't listen.
Fuck your feelings and get a fucking life. Get a life. Get a fucking hobby. The fact that this outrages you, that you are a fucking loser. I mean, I hate to be so mean, but it's like, get a fucking life. You are wasting too much precious energy on worrying about this, dumbass.
And the only reason that we're talking about this is because they like to call us snowflakes, but they lose their mind over rebranding. Or say the NFL. How many times have people said that they're not watching the NFL anymore? It happens about once a year at this point. Something will happen, they say, whether it be Colin Kaepernick.
And now the male cheerleaders. They're not going to watch now.
Yeah, or...
You don't think that us ladies don't want to see those male cheerleaders?
or the end racism painted in the end zone. Or you change the name of a football team to the Commanders. There's a reason why they will not watch football anymore.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, but they still watch football.
I've got a really good question about this whole end racism thing that they lose their ever-loving minds over in the end zone, right? So here's a point I have to you folks. If you guys like to scream about that there's reverse racism, then how could you be against ending racism? Wouldn't you want to end racism in all forms then?
Right.
I mean, I don't believe, let's get it straight. I want to make a statement here. I don't believe in reverse racism. I don't believe it exists, because my thing is the reverse of racism is no racism. So I think it's a stupid fucking saying that they've come up with.
Exactly. Like, why is Trump suing Harvard? Because Harvard doesn't have enough white students, right? They have more Asian students or whatever the bullshit. You have to watch this with Bill Maher. They explain it better. But we're saying like they were eliminating white students at Harvard was this guy's point on fucking Bill Maher. Well, in fact, isn't that a form of end racism? Would it be? That would be a form of racism if you want to exclude white people and want to have all Asians. That would be racism, right?
So you would want to end racism.
You would want to end racism
in the end zone of the football game,
because you'd want to end those practices.
Why? I know, it's like, if you guys want to be taken seriously, why don't you just come out and say this is a form of racism, and then argue your point that way versus going this is reverse racism, yet still being against the end racism thing in the NFL end zone? Like, you're the ones that are just associating it with certain groups, like, you don't understand. Racism is just flat out fucking racism.
Right.
There's no reverse of it. There's no reverse racism.
Yeah. And there are races
It's either racism or it's not.
Yes, and white people can be racist against white people. It does happen.
They can.
Another, fragile ego conservative, Aaron Lewis. He went on Tucker Carlson's show.
Oh, jeez.
And
is that musician guy from like Stained or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God.
And he's complaining about Bruce Springsteen because when Springsteen did the European tour and he was talking, about Trump.
Okay.
He said, well, he should just be grateful for what he has, and he should be proud of this country that gave him his career.
Springsteen has been doing it well long before Donald Trump.
Right.
So I don't know where your head was in the fucking 80s, sir, but I'd be willing to bet that Springsteen used to be one of your influencers until this happened, and you don't like what he has to say. But why is it okay? Right, I know, he's a fucking Gen Xer. Why is it okay for you to spew, and I'm not lying about this, I've never even had to be at one of your concerts because I don't fucking like you, but MJ has gone to your concerts. Why is it okay for you to spew your fucking bullshit at your concerts, but it's not okay for the fucking boss to do it? Which is, you probably only exist as a musician because of Bruce Springsteen. So go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously, yeah. How fucking stupid and entitled is that bitch?
And what he also complains about is now he's saying his music is blacklisted on radio stations. Now,
no, it's just not popular because you suck.
Right. And this happens to a lot of musicians, especially a band like Stained or Aaron Lewis being solo. After a long career, you tend to fade out and not become relevant anymore. It happens to almost everybody, unless you're Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, because he's a legend. He's a boss.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron Lewis, to you. Wasn't I fucking making fun of you for going to his concerts anyway, MJ? Because I'm like, he's a fucking loser. Stain's a fucking loser. I've never liked you. I've never liked your band, sir. Respectfully, you're not my type of music. You're not my taste of music. I wouldn't go to your concert, not based off of your political views. I can't stand your fucking music. How about that? Did you ever think about that?
Yeah. Where's your Born to Run fucking Aaron Lewis?
You don't have what I want to listen to. That's your problem. You don't have it. I don't know why I don't know how you ever made it big. Some people like you though. And you know what? I respect that. Some people like your music. It's not for me. I'm not going to sit there and bitch about it. I'm not going to support you and buy tickets to your show because I don't like you.
Well, and
so I'm going to stay the fuck away.
I'll be a total hypocrite by what I say here. Is I sort of wish Aaron Lewis would just shut the fuck up and sing. Because I do like his music up until recently.
You do. And you do.
Yeah.
But there's a few bands that there's a lot of music that we do both like. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, why are you going to those fucking losers shows? We're not gonna drag all their names out on here. I'm not gonna do that. The only reason I'm doing this to Aaron Lewis right now
is because you went after Bruce.
Is because not even because of that. It's like, you want to be a big mouth out there, I'm going to be a big mouth too. Then you're going to know the real reason why I don't want to come to your fucking shows. A lot of us just don't like your fucking music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's.
And the sad thing is a lot of us do like your music, like MJ, but they don't want to go to your shows because they don't want to hear you fucking talk.
Right. I don't want to pay $60 for a ticket just to hear fuck Joe Biden between every fucking song and during the song.
You know what? I've got a good idea for you, Aaron Lewis. You know what you could do? What a very respectful musician who I do respect and love their work as a musician. the great Henry Rollins, you know what you could do? If you wanted to have a show where you wanted to sit there and talk and get all your feelings out, you could do what Henry Rollins did and did the spoken word tour. You could do something like that. Then people would know what they're in for, and they're coming there to listen to a musician actually speak. Okay?
Do you think Aaron Lewis has an hour of intelligent fucking anti-progressive fucking talk in him?
Oh, Jesus, he could never be on the level of Henry Rollins is brilliant. I don't know if have you ever listened to his spoken word stuff?
No.
He's amazing. But it's like, and he does his shit with class. I mean, it's still got a bite, it's still got the punch, but he let people know what they were coming to see. You're coming to listen to me speak. Yes, I'm a musician. Yes, I have awesome fucking albums, but you're here to actually listen to me speak on this tour.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, see, I think like Eddie Vedder, Bruce Springsteen, or even Bono could pull that off. Did you see the one-man show Bono did on Apple TV where he talks about his career?
I did not.
That's pretty good. And that's a mixture of spoken word and music.
Yeah, but that's basically letting you know. I bet you if you read the description of it, it would say that in there.
Yeah,
you know,
and evening of words and music with Bono.
Yeah, like hello.
Yeah, or Springsteen did it with his Broadway show where he did it was.
There was way more talking in that than there was like the musical performance. He did a lot of speaking in there, and then played a little piece, and then did a lot more talking, and then
but nothing political in that one, I don't believe.
It was not. It was all about music. It's like, it's not like Bruce Springsteen is always political. That's the thing that pisses me off too about these ass fucks. He is not even always political, all right? He's not. But when shit is going the way it's fucking going, he is also a fucking American, and he has every right to speak out against what he feels is wrong.
Just as Aaron Lewis has the right to say what he says at his shows.
Aaron Lewis, you have the right to sit there and kiss Trump's ass at your shows if you would like. Go right fucking ahead.
Yeah. Even though your audience is much smaller. But hey, that's what it is. You know, hey, we've got a small audience.
Why don't you just offer it like that, sir? Like, I'm doing smaller venues and market yourself that way. Like, I'm doing smaller, intimate venues. You could probably suck more money out of your fans that way. You get to like sit there and it's kind of like a meet and greet with me since I mean, you'd probably get them to come there, and if they knew that they were going to be able to take selfies and shit with you, they'd think it's great.
Well, and they could do a whole tour of the Midwest and South in larger venues if you hooked up with Kid Rock and Ted Nugent.
You can always come to Laughlin. I bet you anything he'd fucking sell out there.
Oh, he does. He does.
There you go. Yeah. Stick to the smaller venues. Look, you're so old too and past your prime.
Hey,
you ain't.
He's my age.
No, but it's not that. It's not the age thing. I'm old too. I'm 50. But it's like you're past your prime. You ain't fucking selling out the huge theaters anymore, okay? The only people who are around your age that can do that is like a fucking Eminem status, okay? Eminem could come out with a status with a new show, a new concert series, and he could still sell out stadiums. Yeah.
There's only very few.
All right.
You got like Green Day, U2, Springsteen.
Yeah, it's just not you.
Rolling Stones,
you're not
U2.
It's like I hate to break it to you. Yes, you've had good albums according to other people, not me, but I'm saying like, okay, I will give you that. You've had good albums before, but you're not the same as someone who has just all of that, like is the complete package. You have elements of that. You're not the complete package. You're just not. I mean, it's hard to be that. It's fucking hard to be that. Our podcast is not that. We're not we know we're not the Joe Rogan podcast, right?
Right.
We know that. We're not on that level, dude.
But we're not exactly attacking Joe Rogan and saying that our podcast is being silenced.
No. Good for Joe Rogan. Haven't we always said good for him?
Yeah.
He's got his niche. He knows what he's doing. We don't have that.
So, there it is. Congratulations, conservatives, on being the number one on the most fragile list.
And I slip sometimes and call you guys snowflakes, but I want you to know you will never be good enough to be snowflakes, okay? Because you're fucking bullies. And so I don't want to call you a snowflake, and I try very hard, but sometimes I slip. But I promise that I'm not going to call you a snowflake. I'm not going to call you snowflakes.
You've heard it here first.
I'm going to try my best.
That's Snow's promise to you.
I have said it before in the past. I've always been like, who's the true snowflakes? And I'm like, you got to quit doing that because you're proud to be a snowflake. That's why you go by Snow. First name Snow, last name Flake. Okay?
All right, Snow, we'll wrap this up. I know you're very busy this week, and we got a book to read before next weekend. And yeah, so we'll wrap it up on that.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right, see you later, alligator.